Hello, everyone. Today's story is not just about a crime. It's about a life that shined with hope and a tragedy that shattered countless hearts. This is the story of Iryna Zarutska, a young woman who fled war to find peace and instead met an unimaginable fate on a quiet train ride in North Carolina. Her story is painful, her ending heartbreaking. But the lesson she leaves behind is one the world must never forget. Born in Ukraine, Iryna Zarutska was full of life. A 23-year-old dreamer, artist, and daughter who carried the spirit of her homeland in her heart. When war broke out in Ukraine, she left everything behind, her friends, her school, her home, and came to the United States, hoping for safety and a new beginning. Charlotte, North Carolina, became her new home. She lived with kindness, volunteering, smiling at strangers, and working hard to rebuild the life she'd lost once before. People who met her said Iryna was light, the kind of person who made everyone around her feel warm. For months, things looked better. She believed she had finally escaped the darkness. But fate had other plans. It was August 22nd, 2025. A warm morning. People boarding the Lynx Blue Line train, heading to work, to school, to another day of life. Iryna found a seat, like she always did. Headphones on, a soft smile on her face, maybe thinking about her future. The train moved quietly through the city. But then, in an instant, everything changed. A man named DeCarlos Brown Jr. boarded the same train. He was carrying something darker than anyone could imagine. Anger, instability, and rage. Without warning, without a word, he walked up behind Iryna and stabbed her. Right there, in front of shocked passengers. No time to scream. No chance to run. A young life full of dreams, silenced on an ordinary train ride. People screamed. The train stopped. Police rushed in. Brown was arrested within minutes. But for Iryna, the world had already gone silent. News spread like wildfire. Ukrainian refugee stabbed to death on Charlotte train. The words hit the world like a thunderclap. How could this happen? A girl who escaped bombs and missiles, killed in the very country she believed would protect her. Her friends gathered at the station, lighting candles, leaving flowers and notes. Her mother, still in Ukraine, wept through the phone, unable to hold her daughter one last time. Her name echoed across newsrooms, social media, and hearts. Iryna Zarutska, a symbol of innocence lost. And as the community cried, America began to ask itself, how did we fail her? The man who killed Iryna was charged under federal law for committing violence on a mass transportation system. The investigation revealed no personal connection. No reason, no motive. Just blind, meaningless violence. But Iryna's story did not fade away. Her tragedy sparked change. North Carolina lawmakers passed Iryna's Law, a bill to improve security on public transit and to push for better mental health awareness. It was their way of saying she did not die in vain. Through her pain, the world found purpose. They say when a person dies, the world becomes a little quieter. But when Iryna left, it wasn't just silence. It was an echo. An echo that still moves through the hearts of everyone who heard her name. On that train, time froze. People who didn't even know her still wake up at night, remembering the sound of her fall, the helpless screams, the disbelief. One moment of madness changed hundreds of lives forever. Her friends shared pictures of her, smiling at the beach, helping others, painting, laughing under sunlight. A soul too pure for the cruelty she met. Her last photo, taken just days before her death, shows her holding a coffee cup, eyes full of dreams. She had plans. She wanted to study more, help others, send money back to her mother. She thought she had escaped fear forever, but life has strange ways of testing hope. Sometimes, the kindest hearts face the hardest ends. When people gathered at the train station days later, you could feel the pain in the air. Strangers cried together. A man whispered, "She didn't deserve this." And a woman replied, "No one ever does." Candles flickered in the night. Flowers lay on the cold concrete floor. And her name, Iryna, was written in chalk, glowing under the streetlight. That scene broke hearts all over the world. Because for once, the world saw not a headline, but a human. If you listened closely that night, you could almost hear her laughter carried by the wind, reminding everyone that love doesn't die, even when people do. And in that moment, Charlotte, a city that barely knew her, became her home forever. Because she left behind something stronger than fear. She left behind a story that touched the world. We often rush through life, ignoring strangers on trains, buses, or streets. But every face carries a story. Every person sitting next to you is fighting their own battle. Iryna's story reminds us that safety is not just about laws or guards. It's about humanity, about care, about truly seeing people. She escaped war, but was taken by hate. Yet even in her final moments, her legacy became light, reminding the world that compassion is not weakness, it's strength. So tonight, as you hear her name, remember her smile. remember her courage, that you'll never walk past pain with silence again. And promise yourself one thing, because Iryna Zarutska's last journey must awaken the humanity inside us all.